This button. I don't even know what this button does. Go like right here. Oh man, I can't do it right now. Oh, that sucks. So anyway, let's see. Well, once you sit somewhere and you stare at the camera long enough, on a completely different platform, and then you jump on this one, it just messes y'all up. You don't even know. I don't even know what the hell I'm looking at. That's funny. I don't care what you say. But I was trying to eat my chicken, my biscuit. I'm gonna have to warm my biscuit back up. That's messed up. As I was sitting there rambling on that other channel, on my other channel, whatever. Hey, look, you can see that truck over there. That's pretty cool. I ain't making see that thing over. But hmm, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should just like eat on camera all the time. That would be funny. So I got a question, Gary, if you can hear me. Why can I only see myself? Like I can't see anything else. Literally can see myself. That's it. And I gotta log in. All that's kind of dumb. That's not good. Oh, oh, look at that. Ain't that crazy? See, you can do all that. I can't do all that. Make sure my headset's up. I can't hear anything. Oh, yeah, it's up. See if I can. Oh no, it's still connected. All right, yeah, everything's good. So anyway, what the? Okay, trucks are starting to roll in here. Look, you can see if you can see any trucks over there. You got, you can't see them no more. I was too slow, but I don't even know the name of this city, this town I'm in. I'm just came into Alabama. There's really nothing to see here, but there's a Love's across the street. Can you believe that Love's was filled up at 4:30? I can't believe that. Normally they're starting to roll in at 4:30. Doesn't usually fill up by 4:30, but whatever. But I just sitting here having a good old time, trying to make the night go by. And yeah, the other thing I can tell you right now, just by looking at this whole platform that I'm on, this StreamYard thing, um, it doesn't show you all the info that the YouTube Studio shows you. You know, it tells you all the little data and stuff. This doesn't tell you. It's just like a white screen with me on it. That's what's this? What? Oh, look at there. I can show stuff. Share screen. Choose what to share. Oh wow. Look at that. That's hilarious. Man, I'm learning buttons, everybody. I'm like a genius now. Browser has blocked your screen. Oh, I don't care about that. I won't do that. Yeah, it's really funny that the other day I was on YouTube Police, and y'all were doing duck races, and I did not know what a duck race was until I got on some card breaks where I was doing card breaks with some people, and um, there would be like a tie for a certain card because it would have two players on it, so you didn't know which team it went to, and they would do a duck race to figure out who got the card. So that was pretty funny. And then I see, oh, YouTube police doing a duck race, and he was doing like several minute duck races. This guy that I was on, he was doing like 30-second duck races. So I don't know. That was pretty crazy. But but yeah, that's that. I guess that's the one thing I don't like about this is I can't see how many people had come in or how many people are in here or anything. There's like no information whatsoever about anything. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Now I can see a little bit of something. I just hit a button and it showed up. Look at there. Okay. So now I can see a little bit. But but yeah, driving my truck, wanting to get home, putting my truck in the shop, and really hoping that there's nothing bad wrong with my truck. That's that's what I'm hoping because I've had usually so it's either been like really bad stuff happened to my truck uh or nothing. It either runs really good or something really bad happens to it. So um hopefully this isn't that bad, but it looks like it might be. So I'm looking and you can see that looks really funny. It looks like my eyeballs. Isn't that funny? Look, yep. That's pretty funny. I was just sitting here looking back and it was looking like I had some kind of thing going on. It's just the screen and the reflection. I need to get me my little webcam in here because when I was doing videos for eBay and some other stuff, I would have the same issue. It's pretty funny. It would reflect in my eyes and look really weird. So I could do like that. They don't have that problem. That's funny. And yes, I can see. My vision isn't that bad. That's funny. That is funny. Let's see what it says. Moxie, hey, D. Oh, oh, Homestead is in here. He jumped over here too. That's funny. That's good. So, oh, and then the last week, I didn't tell you all about this when we were over there on my channel. So last week I was riding down the road, and all of a sudden it told me that my coolant level was low, which is pretty rare for my truck. So I pulled over on the side of the road because that's just not something you want to mess with. Plus, pack car. Um, um, you know, once it goes down just a little bit, it'll freak out. But I just wanted to make sure. So I got out, and my whole cap, the whole entire cap, screw-on cap, was missing, and it fell off somehow. And I have no clue how, but it fell off. So it was just open, and all the coolant was splashing out when I'd hit a bump or whatever. And so I was on the side of the road, and I didn't have anything to cover it with. I didn't think I did, so I tried to find every single top that I had in my truck, a top on anything. I was just trying to make it to a truck stop, and um, so for anybody's information, if you have a 2019 Peterbilt with a pack car in it, um, Mrs. Dash, the seasoning, Mrs. Dash, like the top, fits it perfectly. Um, Pretty funny stuff. So Mrs. Dash did not know that they made radiator caps, but they do. And it worked really, really well. I actually drove the entire rest of the week with that thing on there until I got to a Peterbilt shop at the house, and that was that. Uh, got a new radiator cap at the awesome low, low price of $66. Now tell me, you wonder why we can't buy bread these days? Because we're paying $66 for radiator caps. That's what the problem is. So hopefully that won't ever happen again. And then when I got done um, working for the week, I got home. Someone had told me that uh, my my pipes on the side of my truck is bracketed onto the side of my truck, and the bracket broke. So that was fun also. Uh, So yeah, hopefully that'll never happen again, and hopefully when I put my truck in the shop tomorrow, it will not screw up and not be anything horrible. But I am going to take advantage of it, go home for the rest of the week, and see how that all works out. But um, sounds like a plan to me. Oh, hang on. See what this chat room's going nuts up in here. Mmm, what's up? Just doing our best, man. That's all you can ask for. That is all you can ask for. Do your best. And uh-oh, Missouri Outlaw, Mr. Trucker, he's up in here. Well, I'm living in my closet right now. This is what it is. Man, things going crazy over there. See, now I know what you're talking about. That chat just goes so dang just choom 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 choom. I just can't even keep up with that thing. But so with all the stuff I've had problems with my truck and all the stuff I've had, how it's been going the last several weeks, I'm just gonna throw this thing in the shop and go my butt to the house. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just take the rest of the week off and maybe I'll get on YouTube. I don't know. That sounds like fun, but we'll see. So, anybody in here like racing or football or baseball or anything that anything fun? No. He said, "Tell him how to slow down his chat." Nope, that thing's just that ain't no slowing that thing down. Hey, you could have went over to my channel. I had a really slow chat. I had like four people in there. Really slow. That'd have been awesome. But yeah, I'm gonna go. What the heck's going on here? Oh, well, you can't touch nothing on here. It's gonna mess everything up. Yeah, I know, Homestead. You do love racing. That was one thing I really enjoyed because the other day when I was talking about racing, no one would say anything back. They didn't know anything about it. So that's okay. I mean, if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. But at the same time, I do love racing. So I love racing of any kind. I don't, it's not just NASCAR or whatever. Actually, one of my favorites is dirt racing. I watch it all the time. That's what I was trying to tell my friend the other day, my other truck driver friend, is Flow Racing. I know I was telling y'all about it on my channel or whatever. I used to have Dirt Vision. Dirt Vision is like $300 a year. Flow Racing is like $150 a year. But Flow Racing does something for you that I mean I didn't ever see on Dirt Vision. If Dirt Vision has it, then you know, uh, it is what it is. I just never saw it. But Flow Racing has 24/7 channel. So like at any time that you just get bored and there's nothing on TV, you can get on and it's playing some event. It's usually the lower events, but it's playing an event and most of the time I haven't seen them, so I just sit there and watch them. But it's always got racing on 24/7, and of course it has the live events and stuff. But like at 10 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock at night or whatever, you want to pop something on, like it's on there, or 2 in the afternoon, you pop something on there. So it's pretty cool. I mean, and it's cheaper, and it's got the Cars Tour, and it's got the All Star Sprints Tour. So and it's got baseball. I thought was really cool. It's got the minor league baseball stuff. It's got all kinds of stuff on there. It's not just racing. It's got horse racing on there. Someone mentioned horse racing a second ago. It had horse racing on there, and uh, and yeah, I don't know if y'all watched the Kentucky Derby, but Dale Jr. picked the winner before the race. That was pretty awesome. All those professionals, and old Dale Jr. got on there and put it. Oh, blah, 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 said his little thing, and that horse won. But he actually said that he had a little tip before the race. He couldn't tell nobody, but they said that the horse was doing really well that morning, and he was announcing the whole weekend, like something to do with like he was in that horse's stall for you know all of his broadcasts that he did. Like he was posted up at the stall of that horse that won, and um, So he picked that horse because he had heard a lot about it, and heard the chit chat stuff, and they said that it was going to be a good pick for an underdog there, and who knew it? But I think it was like 20 to 1 odds for that thing to win. Oh, no, I unmuted me. Now I'm unmuted. Oh, sweet. I didn't know you had that much control over my life, Gary. That's crazy. Just straight mute, unmute, mute, unmute. That's funny. Now let's see. Yeah, he interviewed the trainer. Yeah, he did. That was pretty crazy. I mean, but I just find it funny because if you listen to Dale Jr.'s podcast and stuff, and I mean he's growing a pretty big podcast like company. He's got Denny Hamlin doing it now and having his own show, but his guys produce it or whatever. Dale Jr. is just yeah, I wasn't ever a fan of his, but he's just like a down to earth dude. Like he has no business, and he even said it has no business being near a horse race at all. But he said he did enjoy it. Yeah, it's a Peterbilt. Yeah, it's a 2019 Peterbilt with a pack car, and I've had it for I don't know 2 years. Yeah, I've had it for 2 years. So yeah, why'd you mute me? That's crazy. Yeah, can't believe you muted me. But yeah, it's been a good truck. I mean, like I said, the bad stuff, it wasn't my fault. It was an unnamed truck stop's fault. Anybody that drives a truck knows which truck stop I'm talking about because they're always the reason for every trucker's problem. I mean, I could stream it to my channel, but whenever I hit the stream button, it tells me to log in, and I ain't got time for all that. I don't have time for all that. I might do it tomorrow, but yeah, Dale Jr. download Dirty Mo. Yes, absolutely. Do you listen to that Homestead? That's actually a really good podcast, man. I mean, him and Mike do a good job of that. My favorite, and I'll tell you, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Dale Jr. I mean, other than he's a good person, and that's why I listen. He's a great person, and his family's awesome and stuff like that. But okay, cool, you do watch. What I'm going to recommend is that I've watched NASCAR since 2003 religiously. I watched it as a kid from the 90s, and then I skipped about 98 to 2003. But anyway, what I was going to tell you though is you might not like Denny Hamlin, but there's one thing I like about him. He has the same kind of trait Kevin Harvick has, is he doesn't know how to do anything but tell it out how it is. So if it happens a certain way and he says it, like that's the way it is. So I just think that it's what's up, Jack?
What's up?
But yeah, so but anyway, he started a podcast with Dale Jr. and well, on Dale Jr.'s, Dirty Mo Media or whatever. He did, Dale Jr.'s not on there with him, but anyway, and it's a really good podcast. He's really straight to the point. So what you doing tonight, Jack?
Just woke up maybe half hour ago.
Oh, okay. What time is it over there?
It is 9:38 and
Oh, wow. Man, that's crazy. I'll be working hard at 9:30 over here. That's about what is that? 13 hours from now. So man, that's nuts. That's pretty cool though. Man, that's what I was thinking the other day when you were on here and talking about where you lived and what time it was. I was like, it's pretty cool that we can get on the same screen.
some people are like, "Is it nighttime? Nighttime there?" I'm like, you see
Yeah,
the
yeah,
light outside, the sun."
yeah, absolutely. So, but yeah,
um,
I just got, go ahead, go ahead.
YouTube police. I just now restreamed it
Oh,
on my channel. This broadcast.
yeah, that was the one thing I was telling Gary is he was, I streamed on my channel for the first time today just for the heck of it because I was having a bad day or whatever. And I was just talking about some stuff, and then now he's asking me to do all this professional stuff like stream to your chat. Like I don't know all these buttons. I don't do all that. I'm lucky enough to turn on this camera right here and talk. So, oh, hey
Hello,
D,
D.
how you doing?
Oh, wait a minute. No, that's worse.
Yeah, that's good.
Hey, Jeremiah and Jack.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I just figured I'd rather come out and talk about racing rather than try to type it all in.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're here for. I mean, that's what I'm here for. Because every time I talk about racing, I just get a blank stare from people. So, yeah.
Racing fool. I started out, you used to talk about starting out in the 90s. I don't know how old you are. I'm pretty daggone old. But I was in the 70s, watching with my dad. My dad's the one that got me into racing. We used to sit and watch. I can remember Kel Yarborough and was it Darrell Waltrip fighting in the infield? Was that who it was?
Davey Allison, no, Davey
Dave,
Allison,
maybe. But I can remember them pulling off in the infield and them just going at it.
Donnie
And
Allison. Sorry, not Davey.
um, but we always made sure that we watched the Indy 500 every year. But he's the one that got me into racing. And then we have a dirt called Southern Ohio Raceway. And I grew up with four brothers. So whenever we'd go to the racetrack, we all had a corner. And every time somebody get wrecked in a corner, you could just see our hands flying and pointing wherever the wreck was.
Yeah, absolutely.
But and you came home with dirt in your teeth and dirt in your hair.
That's why I like
But
dirt racing because it gets all
but
in
I
your hair and
loved it.
stuff. Yeah.
I love it. I don't know if y'all remember MySpace.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, well my name on MySpace was D's Need for Speed.
Oh, nice.
So I love racing.
What was that, Tom? Was that Tom was like your first friend, everybody's first friend? Wasn't that what that was?
What is that?
MySpace.
I
Oh.
didn't catch what you said.
Oh, I said MySpace. Isn't that where they gave you your first friend was Tom or whatever?
Maybe.
I think that's
I
what it
didn't get
said.
on it very much.
Oh yeah,
By the time I
your,
by
your,
the
your
time I
first
got
friend
into
was
it,
your first friend was Tom on MySpace.
Yeah, absolutely.
you had to have a friend.
Yeah, you had
Mm.
to. But yeah, I wasn't on there very long. I didn't like it, but I, you know.
I didn't either.
Yeah, you had to. But yeah, as far as the racing stuff's concerned, like I'm having to do the '70s stuff. I have to do like Dale Jr. and go back and watch those things because back in the day stuff. I like that stuff.
Yeah,
That's back when racing was racing. So,
exactly. Everybody
but
always
anyway,
says when Dale died, racing died.
I actually
yeah,
I actually watched that one. I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah,
oh really?
Yeah.
yeah. You could tell it wasn't gonna be good.
But yeah,
The thing is, like the
that was
only
a
one
rough one.
that didn't want to wear that had the harness, whatever.
The Hans device.
Me, and just hit that wall. I'm like, oh,
Well, didn't they make the Hans start making everybody wear the Hans device after he died
Yeah, after he
because
died,
of
they had it.
the
Well, it was available at that time, but he didn't like it because it was uncomfortable. Yeah, but they
right,
had it. They had it developed. It just wasn't. It wasn't mandatory till afterwards.
right.
So, but
Well,
but I'll tell you one thing. Between then and now, it's saved a lot of people. So
hmm.
exactly.
they've even said so. So anyway,
Yep.
but it
Where
says,
you at, Gary?
oh, he was. Oh, he's up at work.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Hey, Jonathan.
Jonathan said he was at the racetrack.
Oh man,
Mm,
that's bad. Yeah, when that net didn't come down, you knew it was bad.
mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah. Especially with it being Dale, because he that was a tough dude, man. And
Yeah,
I don't know. That's the other thing that if you listen to the Dale Jr. download, he's going back and telling stories he's never told before.
yeah,
That's pretty
yeah,
neat. And then the cool dynamic of that podcast is he's having guests on that were friends of his dad's when he was a kid, and they were telling him stories now that they wouldn't tell him back then.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Did you see the one where Carrie was on there
Uh-uh.
telling about when he first met Dale?
Uh-uh.
Or not first met, but when, well, I guess it was. He said he was about 16, and he went to Mama's house, and he and then she said that he was out in the garage, I think, and he went out in the garage and met him.
Oh yeah. No,
That
I didn't hear that one.
that's a good one to watch.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm getting a kick out of this Denny Hamlin podcast because he has no. The thing I like, he has no clue how to do podcasts, and he's just spitting
yeah,
it
that's
out
the
as it
good
happened
thing.
at the racetrack, and it's like you're getting unfiltered information.
Yeah, that's the good thing. I gotta go shut a door. I'll be right back.
But but yeah, he
Are you
just
in your
literally,
truck right now?
yeah, yeah. See, I got there's my bed, my food, and then there's the truck stop.
No lot
There's
lizards running around.
uh-uh. I'll stay away from them things. No, I had one time. She a long time ago. I mean, I was in my bed, and I was always told by the guy that taught me, drive trucks years ago. He said, if anybody knocks on your door, act like you're asleep. Don't ever answer nothing, whatever. And you don't ever have those problems. I'm telling you, I've probably only had 3 door knocks in 8 years. But there was one time a lady, she knocked on my door. And I didn't know it was a lady. Opened up my curtains, and it was her. And she's like, "Look, I don't want anything. I just want to ask you one question." And I was like, "Okay." And she said, "Do you have a cigarette?" And I was like, "No, I don't have a cigarette." But I had to roll down my window to tell her this. And so I should have cracked it, but I didn't think about it. And I just rolled It's an automatic window. It just rolled down. And she tried to climb in my daggone window. I don't know what she was after. I don't know what she was trying to get to. I don't know. I just took her and pushed her head out and rolled up my window. I didn't know. I mean, that was crazy, but that's a story that I'll never have happen again. So. But then the only other crazy thing that literally two story that was the one crazy. Then the craziest thing that's ever happened to me out here is when I parked my truck, and I parked it legally, but it wasn't in a legal parking spot. But these truck stops, as long as you don't block trucks being able to drive around the parking lot, they don't care where you park. And what did he say? Yeah, she thought I was sexy. That's what I'm talking about. But so anyway, but they don't care where you park at. So I was parked in a certain way, but he didn't like how I was parked, and he pulls up to me and starts yelling, "Hello!" Oh, starts yelling at me, and I decided that I was not going to let him push me around, so I started yelling at him, and that man straight up pulled a 44 Magnum out of the middle of his daggone pants. And I was like, "Oh, okay,
Ooh.
never mind. I guess I'll just do what you say. I'll move the truck, ain't no
Mm.
problem." And I would have had to move the truck. But I've never had anybody pull a gun on me like that. That was pretty crazy. He got
Mm.
arrested though.
As well, he should.
So that's only two things
Yep.
that's crazy. So, but yeah,
My my
yeah.
fiance came up in the Risa Marie.
The what?
Risa
Oh,
Marie,
cool.
my
Hello,
fiance.
Risa Marie.
Nice. See, that's one thing I'm having to get used to. These are all YouTube police's people, and I don't know hardly any of them. So it's like I'm just trying to catch up with who all his stuff was. It would be Gary though. It would be him for me to stream the first time on my platform or my channel or whatever, and then for him to want me to switch to his. I mean, that's just greedy Gary. That's all that is.
Nah, he just trying to help you out. It looks like
Yeah,
you
he's trying to help.
slowed. Did you slow? Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. No, I'm sorry. I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
The chat down. It looks like he did.
Yeah, he did. I mean, yeah, I was over there talking about it, doing whatever, and then you told him to slow it down. I
There is a way
don't
to
even know
do
what the
that,
heck.
and I knew he could do it.
Yeah, I can't read that fast. Oh, now see, look at him. He's trying to defend himself. You asked me if I could go live on StreamYard. Yeah, I didn't mean on yours though, but I knew what you meant after you said it though. That's funny. Gary just wants me to come over here. He wants my entertainment on his channel so he can get more hours. That's all that is.
Hmm. Getting used for
A little
watch
earlier when
hours.
I had a little more energy, I was going crazy. So, huh? Oh, there it is. See,
Yeah.
that's why me and Jack gonna be buddies because he makes me jealous every time I get on here. I need to go home and drink me a beer, Jack. I'm serious. I used to drink a lot of beer. Now I just like to drink one or two. Drink one or two and watch me a little race or something. I'm good to go with a big old steak and baked potato or something. I'm good. That's all I
Yeah, I wish
need.
I had. I wish I had a stick
Yeah, I know it.
and a
But
potato. Yep, they're all gone.
what's that?
Yep.
What's that in your background? What is that cabinet filled of? I'm trying to figure that out. What is that cabinet
Oh,
filled with?
this right here.
Homestead.
This
Yeah.
that I'm into herbs and herbal medicine, and that's my apothecary
Oh,
chest.
wow. That's pretty cool. I got a herbal medicine. Dang, I don't even want to. That's like a long conversation.
Yep.
I'm just getting into it. Uh,
Oh,
the
are you?
reason that yeah, the reason that I started all this is because with all this crap that's going on in the world that we had, and or as somebody called it, a scamdemic. Um, you know, and even right now, you don't know if you're going to be able to get medicines, if you don't know if you're going to be able to get food, and that's why a lot of people are homesteading. That's why I got
Gotcha.
into canning, you know. But at least if you
Yeah, yeah,
have the basics of herbs, if you've got a problem, medicate yourself with something in that cabinet.
yeah. Absolutely.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
I've heard of a
it's
lot of
pretty,
people. If you listen to Joe Rogan, he's all into that stuff.
yeah,
That's pretty cool. It's
that
a lot to
and
learn, though, isn't it?
it is, and I'm learning. There's a place here in close that's close to me that I take lessons from, classes.
Yep.
So I mean, it's there's a lot to learn, and I'll never learn even a minute part of it. But at least I have enough hardback books, not rely on the computer. The bottom of this shelf is books, but I have enough books, and I have enough. I could probably, you know, take care of my husband and my daughter if I needed to.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's what they were saying during that whole time when we thought that the electricity was when they were saying put everything in book form.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense.
Yeah. It's
But
better to be safe than sorry.
yeah, absolutely. Especially when something like that happens and you don't know if it's real or not. Then it happens, and you know get to the
Yeah.
end of it. You're still trying to figure it out, but all we can do is react. That's all we can do. We had
Yeah.
nothing to do with it.
I've got different types of teas, and we were learning how to make some of the teas. We had made like a half of a pint mason jar, and she, I thought, she said, leave it overnight, and then drink you some. Well, I thought drinking some was like a half of a half. So I drank half of a half, and I don't know, 12 hours. And it works. I can tell you for a fact it works. Works really good. But I just know, not to drink, just drink enough to make yourself go to sleep, or get
Yeah,
drowsy. So, yeah, they work.
yeah. My
So,
mom's big into tea. That's her big thing is hot tea. Because when my dad's was a pastor, and we always had people. He had connections all over the world with different pastors and stuff. And for some reason, Dr. Appleby is one of the guys that I remember so well as a kid. He's from England, and he would come over and he would bring a different kind of tea every time he came. And
Cool.
my mom really got into that because it was, man, I'll tell you, as a kid, because it was always warm. It was not hot. It was always warm though, because that's how they drink it. But he would bring a different flavor every time. And I'll tell you, as a kid, I liked it. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know. She kept up with, the how you get it and the brands and, that kind of stuff and whatever. But I could just call her and ask her to order me some and she would. But I mean, it was different. I mean, it definitely tastes way different than our stuff. So.
Do you ever drive up in Oregon?
I have before. It's not a normal thing for me though.
Um, well, I when well, Gary knows Jesse and Lisa. Let me get something and I'll show you something.
Yeah, I went to Portland. When was it? What month were we in? May. So it's been September. I think that's the last time I was up there. Went to Portland.
Okay, when you were out there, do you remember seeing stuff hanging off the trees that kind of looked like moss, Spanish moss?
No, but I have a
It looked like
idea what you're
hair.
talking about. Yeah. Okay.
Well, can y'all see that? See how?
Is that Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is called usnea, and it's actually the moss or it's a lichen. But anyway, it hangs off of the trees in the west, mostly. And if you take this and you soak it in at least 80% alcohol, and this has been soaking for like 2 months, and I'm going to let it soak for probably another 2 months just to be sure it's not going to hurt it at all. But if you let it soak for about 2 months, it has so good medicinal properties in it that it's anti everything, like antifungal, antibacterial, antiseptic. I mean, anything that is
Okay.
good is
Okay. So
in
I'm gonna
this
ask you a
jar.
question. And I know you're not a doctor, but I'm gonna ask you a question. I told you on my other channel I had some health issues,
Hmm.
and I have like extremely bad inflammation.
Okay.
So what
Um,
would be something that would be anti-inflammatory?
they now what I read, only what I read, and you can Google
I'll
it
look.
or you
I'll look
can.
it up. Whatever you tell me. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, but it's turmeric and curcumin
Oh, really?
and capsaicin.
Oh, I've heard about. Yeah, the capsaicin I've heard about before.
Yeah, capsaicin is basically the stuff that's in peppers. The heat.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
That's where I
and
heard it. That lady that's obsessed with the cayenne. You're supposed to do cayenne all the time.
yeah,
Anyway, go
yeah,
ahead. Sorry.
but but really good. And like I said, curcumin. You can get curcumin and turmeric tablets or capsules. Anywhere. Um, and those are supposed to be really good. And I used to make stuff called fire cider, and
Huh.
if you can handle to take it, drink it, stuff, and it's they're Do you know what it is, Jack?
That
Do
sounds
you know
so
what it is?
spicy.
It's
Yeah.
it's awesome stuff. It's really good for you, but it's just hard to take it. It's just like your apple cider vinegar and God, I put everything in the kitchen sink in there. I mean, anything that is good for vitamins or turmeric, ginger, horseradish, um, orange, lemon, lime if you got it. Um,
I think the
just
best thing for my
everything.
health is to get the hell off this truck. I think.
Well, but you have to do. You know,
So what?
you do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
do what you got to do to make a living. Just But I
Yeah.
tell my husband the other day, I said, I've always done what I've had to do. It may not have been the best for me, but I've done what I've had to do. Um, but yeah, if you look up Rosemary, her fire cider, uh, I
Yeah.
mean that lady right there, she knows her fires. Well, she knows herbs. She's like the know-it-all of herbs.
Hang
But
on. Where's my
yeah, if
phone
you
go?
if
What's that person's
if you
name?
Rosemary Gladstar, Gladstar.
She's on YouTube.
She's on YouTube, I think, and she's also written on a lot of books. But but now I'll tell you who I watch on YouTube. That's very interesting and it's very informative. It's called The Honeystead, Honeystead, all one word. And they they won't tell you anything unless they've looked it up in probably 8 or 10 books that they've got to make sure that they're telling you correctly.
Oh, really?
And it's a mother and daughter, and they're out of Virginia. So, but they're, you know,
Huh.
you right can't rely 100% on herbs. Some people do because they get absolutely everything else out of their system. There's one lady that had thyroid trouble, her and her husband, and they totally went off their thyroid medicine, and they totally live off the land and off of herbs.
Hmm.
So, but I mean,
Oh, really? Yeah. Well,
to,
the reason I was saying my truck is because for the last year it's been pretty bad. Like my health has gotten a little worse. And, I've
yeah,
gotten some good news from my doctors, but as far as how I feel really bad the last year or so. So I don't know.
yeah,
That's why I'm trying to. I know there's a better way. There's a better way to do this these days. That's 2023. You ain't got to drive trucks for a living.
yeah. Well, get you some turmeric and curcumin. That is good for your joints and anti-inflammatories. And if you're just sitting around, you ain't got crap to do, just look up herbal remedy for inflammation in joints, if that's what the problem is.
Yeah, yeah,
You'll find it.
yeah.
I have made salves for my husband for his knees out of frankincense and myrrh and some other stuff. Um, I've made a foot spray for stinky feet, believe it or for stinky shoes, and it works.
Yeah. So is that
Um,
real about the potato thing on the bottom of your feet? Is that real?
I don't know. I don't even know. I haven't heard that.
I've
I've
heard
heard
like
about onion.
onions.
Yeah, putting an onion on your foot and then a sock,
Is that what
and
it
Hmm.
it's
is?
supposed to detox that. I don't know. I've never
Does that
been that
work?
brave to try to stick an onion in my sock and be under the covers. To be honest with you, for the night. I don't know.
Yeah. I was just
I,
wondering.
I
I mean,
really don't know.
why not ask?
You never know. You never know. It may help somebody, but then it may not help somebody. I've not had the problem, that I've had to try that. So
You walk around
I don't
smelling
know.
like onions.
Hey, keeps the vampires away. Maybe I don't know. That's garlic though.
Yeah, my foot's
But
been
you
in a
know what?
boot all
I
day.
will.
Probably doesn't need an onion added to it.
You need some of my sticky stink. If your boots
You make
stink.
your drink even worse.
Hang on, let me tell you something. My husband used to wear those knee-high boots because he was an arborist and he climbed trees. So I know what them
Uh,
boots smell like after they've been in there all day. When the dog pees on
Amazing.
them, you know they're
Oh, it,
bad. Yeah. When
Oh,
the dog, yeah, when the dog pees on them, you know they're
that's so
bad.
good.
So
Yeah, yeah. Talking about dogs. I mean, I know they talk. I know Gary and them talk about their dogs so much. But my daughter, she got a new dog here lately, and that dog, I ain't never had a dog so crazy in my life. And
what kind
it's a
is it?
Jack Russell. Jack Russell.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really have fallen in love with the dog, but that little thing is crazy.
They're spastic.
See,
Mm-hmm.
look,
Full of
see,
energy.
here's my other cooler. See, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
They're spastic dogs. They're full of energy.
Oh man, it's like having
We
another
had
kid.
Yep. We had one time called Mickey Michelob. Around here, every dog was named after an alcohol. Buddy Budweiser. I mean, you know. But yeah,
Roy says the onion
Mickey
and the sock
wouldn't.
thing works.
Who does?
Roy.
Roy.
They said Roy and Becky. They
Oh,
say that the onion, yeah, said the onion thing works.
new bed with onions or something. Yep. Hmm. Well, that's all right. You never know.
Always helped up on Mountain
What?
Dew. You're damn right. Sorry, I'm reading the comment. Sorry.
That's all right.
All right.
Um, what works for one may not work for the other. Kind
You're
of
right.
just like medications. So, hey, Big Matt. And Roy and Becky. Roy and Becky's Travels. And Alvin Watkins. And Randy. Rushing Wind
Almost
Mountain.
4 boys. I don't know how the heck you have 4 boys. Like I've got one child.
Hey,
I'm one and
Mom.
done.
Me and you both. Yeah.
I don't have any.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what my wife said.
I'm
That she told me we've been
42.
together for 20. Say what?
I'm
Do,
just turned 42 and no kids.
Yeah.
well, it can still happen.
Yeah. Me and my wife, we've been together for 21 years, and she told me 21 years ago she's only going to have one kid. That was it. That's all she was willing.
Hmm.
So, at least I got one, though.
Boy or girl?
Oh, she's a girl. She's in that teenage. She's 16. She's all hopped up on Mountain Dew, too. Yeah. It's something I've been dealing with here lately also, man, because my daughter, she's been an absolute joy to raise. She's, makes straight A's and, doesn't cause me any problems. And when she turned 12, she got that little attitude that those girls get when they start, anyway, 12 was her number, and it has just progressed in a not a bad way, but it's like a sassy way as she's, and she's got a mouth on her. Oh, yeah, there it is, hopped up on that
That
Mountain
is a
Dew. Well, that
bottle of
is
Mountain Dew.
is that is that really is that the real stuff? Because that's a different type of like a design.
That looks, well,
Yeah,
he's in Jamaica too, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's cool
Yeah.
to see that.
Philippines.
Yeah.
Philippines.
Oh, Philippines. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Philippines, but that is that what it looks like over there? That's crazy.
Yep.
Hmm.
Awesome. See different stuff every day.
There's a Pepsi
I just
plant
got
right
this
down
whole
the street
sugar
here.
water.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
really?
hmm Nobody drinks Pepsi, but they love Mountain Dew
Hmm.
and Coke.
Well, talking about Pepsi, driving a flatbed, I haul one of the main things I haul is big coils of aluminum, and we deliver them to all the Pepsi plants. We have a contract with Pepsi. So
Cool.
Hmm.
Oh,
anyway,
that's awesome, Mom. I'm sorry.
and they'll walk you through and show no you they'll walk you through and show you how the cans are made. That's actually a pretty cool little process. So anyway,
That's how it's made. That show how it's made.
yeah,
I used to love to watch
hmm
it.
Oh yeah, I
yeah.
probably watched them all, but never know. So I'm like, always
Yeah.
curious
Have
about things, you know. And sometimes I have like dumb knowledge, like doesn't who cares?
Hey P
Yeah,
Digits,
absolutely.
do you ever
Yeah,
watch?
the other thing,
Go ahead.
no, I was going to say the last thing is I always heard from people that go into plants and stuff and they see how stuff is made to never go watch Kraft cheese be made. They say you'll never eat it again.
Oh boy.
I don't eat Kraft cheese anyway.
You know what?
Eat Kraft cheese anyway. I don't like
Yeah.
anything that you can light on fire and it don't melt. You know, it just catches on fire.
Yeah.
Do you ever watch
Uh,
Forged in Steel?
yeah. If I watched it
Mm.
once or twice, I don't watch it regularly.
Yeah, I like that too. Not too
Yeah,
far
I
here.
used to be a steel worker. That was the hardest job I've ever had in my life.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's a rough job. I mean, you go to work clean, and I'm talking about you're covered in just soot when you come home. I mean, like my wife was so glad when I quit that job.
Who did you work for?
Steel service in Flowood, Mississippi. It was a big fabrication plant. We fabricated steel. One of the things, just to give an example, one of the things we did was fabricate all the steel for the Cincinnati Reds stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they basically, but basically they'll get these blueprints and you make every little piece perfect. And when it gets there, it's just bolt up and weld it. And it just, we did the whole stadium. We do projects like that, but I'm telling you, it's a nasty job. I mean, you wouldn't think it would be. You walk in the plant and you wouldn't think it would be that bad, but I mean, whole clothes are covered in it and everything. It was really, I mean, you really gonna need a job to go do that.
I
Yeah.
bet your wife was tired of washing her clothes.
The what?
I bet your wife was tired of washing her clothes.
Yes, absolutely. That's exactly the one thing she could not stand is washing my clothes. It was really,
Hmm.
really bad. So, but
So
still have
basically,
friends that work there.
you worked at a fabrication steel place, steel
Yeah,
fabricators.
yeah, and the funny part is though, is right down the street, like a mile, there was a mill where they made it.
Yeah. Well, see, right where I'm at, we had Armco or AK Steel, and also
Yes,
we
AK
had
Steel. I go
Solvay.
there all the time. I go to a bunch of their plants.
Did you ever come to Ashland, Kentucky, to
Ashland. No,
AK? Yeah.
I
Well, we
don't.
had
No,
well,
the AK that the AK we go to is the low south part of Indiana.
yeah. Well, they finally shut ours down, and they tore it down, and that was just so heartbreaking. I mean, AK Steel was a big employer here for a long time,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
whenever it went overseas, that was our demise. So
yeah. It
now
sucks. But yeah.
our big employer is Marathon Gasoline.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember the first time I went to AK Steel. I was training, but I didn't have any safety glasses. I didn't know it was one of those places you have to have safety glasses, and they wouldn't let me in. They wouldn't loan me any safety glasses. A lot of places they'll loan you that kind of stuff. And so I was gonna have to leave, and another truck driver goes, "Are you really gonna have to leave because you don't have safety glasses?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "What's gonna be?" I'm like, he was like 7 or 8 trucks behind me, so he handed me his safety glasses. I went in there, got loaded, and then came back out and handed the safety glasses back to him. So,
Well, that was cool.
yeah, a little different. Got to get it done somehow, I reckon.
Yeah.
But, but yeah, and then like I said, the trucking business though, it's a grind. It, you think it's gonna be easy. It's just driving. You know, all you gotta do is learn how to drive. Yeah, it's a lot more than that. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, I used to have my CDLs, and I didn't. I did take my test in 53 foot, but I drove a triaxle and a tandem.
oh,
And I told you before that I had to do, I said I always had to do what I needed to do to get things done. Was my
yeah,
husband had his own business, so I went to truck driving school to learn how to drive because he couldn't. I was the only one he could depend on, you know, to be there to take a piece of equipment here or drive a truck here, or deliver a load of stone there, or, you know, drive a bucket truck back or whatever. But
Yeah.
you're right. They'll teach you the basics, but you learn when you get on the road. So
Oh yeah. 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 Yeah.
I've
And I've
done a
had a lot of
lot.
friends that take breaks and stuff like that. I haven't taken a single break in 8 years. I'm due for one.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I
Go
get it.
home and have
My
a beer.
nephew, my nephew is an OTR driver. My brother was an OTR driver. I get it. I I
Yeah.
understand.
I've been the company I'm contracting with. They're wondering because I don't have the reputation of taking very many breaks. And here lately, I think I took my first vacation a couple of years, like a month ago. And then this week, I'm turning. Like I told you, I'll put my truck in the shop tomorrow. And usually, I'll get a rental truck, keep driving. And I just said to hell with it. I'm going to go home and take the rest of the week off. And they're like, "Are you okay? Is everything all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, everything's fine. Everything's good. I'm just taking breaks when I can. Leave me alone." So anyway, it's it's different taking breaks though. I mean, you get and as my wife says, you take too many breaks, you're gonna get used to it. So
That's what exactly what I was just thinking. They're afraid that you might take a break and like it, and
dude, that's and then with all these little things I'm trying on the internet and all that kind of stuff, if something works, they're gonna be in trouble. I promise you they're gonna be in trouble.
yeah,
They'll just hand the keys to somebody else and I'll sell my truck and that'll be that. There's always gonna be somewhere to hand the keys off to.
yeah,
Yeah, that was one thing about training when I first started. One of the videos I watched is they were talking about how to be safe and this, that, and the other, and they said just understand that if you do something that you shouldn't do, if you get killed or if you know go to jail or whatever, they had a picture, and it was just the trucking company handing the keys to the next driver, the next applicant. Like yeah, they feel bad for you, and yeah, there's nothing they can do about it, and they're going to move right on down the road, hand the key to somebody else. So I guess the whole point is do the right thing every single time, no matter what. Because if you don't do the right thing, they might say they feel bad for you, but they're going to hand them keys to somebody else right after that. So
yeah. Well, I mean,
just
that's
have to
like you have a
understand that you
job to
got to take
do.
care of yourself.
Yeah. Thank you, Vay. Vay says she subbed everybody.
Oh, really?
Even me, I feel special.
I haven't ever, Jack. I don't think I have ever seen you on one until was it yesterday or today on Gary's?
Yesterday, for
May have
me.
been yesterday. Yeah, I
Hmm.
hadn't seen you, so it's nice to meet you as
Yeah,
well.
I just met Jack yesterday. He's my little buddy. I mean, you're like the same age as me. Didn't you say you're like 42? Is that what you said?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, I'm 42. What month were you born in?
June.
Oh man. Okay, I'm December. All right. I was wondering.
I'm
Crazy.
older. Or am I?
Yeah. I was glad I was born when I was born because it was 1980, and it's really
Oh,
easy to
you're
keep
older
up with
than
how old
me
I am.
then.
I'm what?
You're older than
Older?
me. I was born in 81.
Oh, I got you. Okay. So
Jack
yeah.
Vay says,
So yeah,
I
it's
think
easy
you
for me to
need
keep up.
one. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What does it say? It
She says, I
says,
think I
I think you
need.
need one of my
She says, I
cookbooks.
think books to try on your
Hmm.
string.
You need one of my cookbooks. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
I went to culinary school here. Let me, let me check that out real quick.
You see, you went to culinary school?
Yes, sir.
Did you like it?
Language barrier was terrible.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
sitting
I was
in the
wondering.
back. I'm sitting in the back corner. The first day, and the head, well, the chef, he started speaking in Tagalog. I'm like, or Tagalog or something, Ilongo or whatever. And now I'm in the back of the class. I'm like, ah, I dropped the f bomb pretty loud, and he's like, oh, sorry. We have a American here.
Yeah. I was just wondering because on the channel earlier when I was on there talking, I said, that was one of the first things I wanted to do when I was younger. I found the love of cooking and I decided I was going to go to culinary school. But my mom told me to get a job before I went to see if to get on a line to be a line cook, in fact, see if I liked it or whatever. And I realized that when I cook something that looked really good, I just wanted to eat it. I didn't want to serve it to anybody, So I just
that
decided that
that
going to
would
culinary
that would
school
probably
wouldn't be
be
for me.
me.
Yeah.
That
It
would
wasn't. It
probably
wasn't for
be
me.
me.
Yeah.
I ended up at my golf course. I was working in the kitchen, and I had to open it up for the morning. And so you take out the soups and all, warm them back up. I ended up burning the chicken noodle soup. Oh, dang! I burned it. You can't even eat it. So I had to run the grocery store and buy all the ingredients and remake it.
Yeah.
And actually tasted better than the other chefs, the head chef that made it.
Wow. So did you get it? Did you get it remade though?
Oh yeah, plenty of it. It tastes way better than the stuff I burnt from another chef.
Hey, true
It tastes
story. I
better
cooked some
than
chicken spaghetti one time and burnt it. Gary ate it.
his.
Yeah. I was gonna throw it out. And then I have another buddy that I made some chicken spaghetti with the off-brand cheese, and it didn't melt very well. Like I don't know, kind of. It was kind of. I don't know what do you call it? Like, looked curdled, kind of sort of. It didn't. It wasn't. It was nasty looking, and I was gonna throw it out because the texture was disgusting. And my buddy was like, "Nope," and he just said, "I'm gonna eat it." We were broken poor back then, but I wasn't gonna eat that crap.
Sometimes you gotta do to eat.
They they
You
were
gotta
they were
do
there
what you gotta
on the
do to.
chat talking about eating quail.
Put on a blindfold and start eating it, or you just eat
Hey,
nasty something nasty just because you're just starving.
I was gonna say, if you're hungry
Yeah,
enough, you'll eat anything.
Hmm.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, we had those frozen burritos with like gallon of hot sauce on top one night. That was not good. I probably had a few beers in me too. Not gonna tell that story.
Hey.
Well, the thing was, is the only thing I have to say this because it's really funny. So we had a roommate that wouldn't pay his rent, and so we came home one night after having quite a few beers, and we decided to eat all of his burritos to pay for his rent, and we just dumped hot sauce on them and then ate all of them.
Oh my gosh. Mm.
Being in your 20s was fun, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Dang.
I,
Long, long
I'd
time
go back
ago.
because that was really a lot of fun. That was probably the funnest time I've ever had. Most fun I've had was in my 20s. Chicken
I
spaghetti. Yes, and now they're talking about chicken
My,
spaghetti
my
again.
early 20s wasn't good. Getting
mm-mm.
getting my DUI when I was 22.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
DUIs are
costly.
bad. They're bad for your health. I can't believe I'm able to stream like this on my truck. I mean, I must have a decent enough signal. That's pretty crazy.
You have Wi-Fi in your truck?
I got a cell phone.
Are you working off of your
Yeah.
cell phone's Wi-Fi? Do you have like hotspot on
Mhm.
your phone? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing was, is I had okay. So I went through this phase where I watched a lot of TV, and I would get on YouTube and watch, I wouldn't get on lives, but I would watch videos and stuff. So I bought one of those little hotspot devices from Verizon and got like a bajillion, you know, hours or whatever you want to call them. Anyway, I got all that. And then I just all of a sudden decided to stop watching TV on the truck. I just would literally stop and sleep and stop and sleep, and that was it. And so I got rid of the daggum thing. And as soon as I got rid of it, that's when, everybody was telling me to get on YouTube. And I've sworn it off for like 6 months.
Hmm.
I'm telling you, Gary's been begging me to get on here for like 6 months, if not longer. And I was like, dude, I got
Other
rid of my
way.
hotspot.
Other
So
way. Other way.
what I do now?
He was going
I
like
was
this.
looking at your
Oh,
name.
Oh, he drives truck. It's
yeah.
hard to get used to going the opposite way of every way you want to go.
See, now he's switching
Okay.
stuff. He thinks he's being funny.
Oh well, no, he ain't even doing it to you yet. Just wait.
Well, like I
Wait till
said, I've
he.
watched I've watched several of his lives. I've never gotten on one until the other day, and you know, I I started a channel and I said, "What the hell?" But I told him I wasn't going to take it as seriously as he's been doing. Like that's ridiculous. I ain't got that kind of time. I got a family and a truck and everything else. I can't do all that. But at the same time, tonight I just since I got on his live the other day, I said, "Hell, I'll try my channel out." And I clicked on that button and I texted him to tell him I was getting on there, and he said he didn't even know it was me. So he just lucky that he saw it. So whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Gary's good people, as he says. He's very good people. I like him. Well, hope
Yes.
one of these days to get to meet him and Devil Dog too. I don't know if I'll ever make it to Texas, but
Yeah.
you
Yeah. It
never
was
know.
that was another funny thing because I've talked to Devil Dog. I've talked to Gary when I'm on the phone with Gary. Devil Dog will beep in or something, and we've talked several times, and I've seen him on lives and everything else. And there was a time when he was trying to get me to come through Houston because he had. I'm trying to remember. I had to take somebody something, or it was either an animal or I don't know what it was, but oh, red horse. Anyway, but I never. I told him I said I always go to Houston, but while he was asking, like it was like 6 weeks straight, and I never went to Houston. Never went to Houston, and I've always gone to Houston. I mean, it's like a normal place I go. And so the other day when I was talking to Devil Dog, I asked him, I was like, "You remember one of those times you told me that you really needed me to go to Houston or go through Houston?" He's like, "Yeah." And I said, I never was able to go." He said, "Yeah." I said, "Well," and literally the last like 6 weeks, I think I've been 4 times.
Wow.
It's like a common thing. So I don't know. Anyway,
Have you ever
so
talked
I
to
guess he had no luck.
Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa?
Who?
Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa. They're
Let's
in
see. Are they?
Houston, or right. I think they're right outside of Houston. They're a good channel to get on to.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess these are a lot of things I get to learn because, like I said, this is my. It was the first night I was on my channel, and then he migrated me over here because of the StreamYard thing. So
Well, you get to see a lot of new people. He will introduce you to a
yeah,
lot of new people. Ellsworth
yeah. I remember
Carl.
when he started this whole venture. I remember that when he told me he was going to do all this. I thought this was he started making his. Well, the thing was, it started with him making videos, and that was, as his friend of 20 years, that was just comedic gold. I'm telling you, that was good stuff, man. He should have gone platinum for good
We
stuff.
need we need to go back and look at the early stuff, early stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and he'll even tell you this. I'm not saying anything he doesn't know, but I mean, it's so. I mean, he was learning, and that's how you like I said earlier. That's how you learn. You screw up and you do some stuff. But man,
Oh
it
yeah.
was it was really. I would watch it and just laugh, and I mean, of course, it's fun to laugh at a good friend. So anyway, but then he got into this live stuff, and it just he got obsessed. But as he'll tell you, also he gets obsessed very easily. name 4 or 5 things. He used to get obsessed in like 6 month chunks, but the Xbox was longer than 6 months, and he gave that up. And this has been way longer than 6 months, so I think he's really enjoying this.
I'm just checking the weather on my phone. It says 89 degrees, and it's 10:21 right now a.m. It says feels like 103.
Oh my.
It's I can vouch. I don't know where she's at or whatever, but everywhere I go, it's like really hot. It's extremely hot.
Well, you need to come to
And
Kentucky because it's pretty cool here right now.
You know where Russellville is?
I have heard of Russellville, but I don't exactly, and without looking it up, and know exactly where it's at.
30 miles northwest of Nashville, maybe 40
Oh,
miles.
so that's south. Yeah.
That's
Hmm.
where it's at. But anyway, I go there all the time.
Oh yeah. I am
Yeah.
in the point of West Virginia, Kentucky, and Ohio. I can go to Catlettsburg, Kentucky, and go to a place they call Virginia Point, and I can look over to the right, and I can see West Virginia, and I can look over to the right, and I'm in Kentucky.
Oh wow.
It's pretty cool.
I
Pretty
think the
nice
only part
place
of
to live.
Kentucky that I go through is Louisville. I go through Louisville all the time, but that's about it.
Oh, I'm so sorry you have to do that.
How far are you from Cincinnati?
Uh, Depends on what road you take and how fast you go. About 2.5, 3 hours.
Okay,
Yeah, if you
because
take the
that's
double A highway, probably about two and
mm,
a half.
I got you.
Yeah,
Okay, because that's the other place. We'll go up there to Louisville and then go up 71, and yeah, I go up there a lot.
yeah,
That's normal. I love
yeah. I've
Cincinnati. As a
always had to
kid, I
take.
was a Bengals fan, so I was as a truck driver when I went to Cincinnati for the first time and saw the stadium that I watched as a kid. It was
Hmm.
pretty cool. Anyway, sorry.
I've always hated to drive 75 up there in,
Yep,
or
it
in
sucks.
Louisville. Oh,
75 all the
75
way
and
down
two.
sucks.
75 is up by me when I was in Michigan.
Yeah.
Michigan.
Where were you
Man, I'm
in
telling you, it's a
Michigan?
small world. That's crazy.
Detroit area, um, Flint area. Actually, it's called Flushing, which is like the rich part of like I'm gonna say Flint.
Yeah.
And that's
My
where my
nephew
golf course
lives.
is
Cool.
at.
My Grand Rapids area. That's the OTR driver. That's where he's from. Loves to go
I've been
ice
there.
fishing, do all that cold stuff. That's just not for me. I
Ice
like
fishing
First
kind
7
of
cool.
years of
creeps
my
me
life
out
was in Michigan.
sometimes when you're walking. When you're walking on the ice, and it starts cracking
Yeah,
and like making
cracking.
groaning noise. Like
Hmm. Yeah,
I
not for
can't
me.
swim.
Oh, I can swim, but I'm afraid of drowning. I
Especially
mean,
when if you go through the ice.
yeah. Oh, that's freaky. Even the thought of that is freaky.
Yes,
Mm-mm.
yes, ma'am.
Yep. Yeah, the first 7 years of my life, I grew up in Eagle, Michigan, which is about 30 miles from Lansing. Yeah, my
Hmm.
dad
Mm.
built a church there,
Nice,
but
nice, nice,
I know
nice.
East Lansing pretty good.
yeah, my mom worked. She worked at the
East,
YMCA. My dad had a church. She worked at the YMCA. Anyway,
Hey, I'm not.
I used to drive back and forth.
I'm
My
trying to
brother
see.
went to MSU.
Hmm. Now,
Oh
let's
yeah,
talk Michigan Raceway. I've been there.
I
Mm.
I have. Oh, well, you want to know something cool about Michigan Raceway? For me, anyway, is I told you I was a Harvick fan. Well, I've been really good friends. I'm not gonna say best friends, but really good friends with his spotter. His spotter that's up on the tower, and they
Uh huh.
spot for him. His
Yeah.
cousin runs our Harvick fan little thing that we do. We've been doing it
Cool.
for 12 years on Facebook. Anyway, but I'm friends with her, and she's been begging me to come to Michigan Raceway. She has been begging me, and I have yet to go.
I'll tell you what, that's probably one of the nicest tracks that we got to go to, and the people there were super, super nice. And when I say the people, we had to park like it seemed like a mile away from the track and had to walk to the track. So everybody, that you see, they're very friendly people.
A friend
Extremely.
of mine races
Yeah.
races there all the time.
At
Like
the
like
Michigan?
stock cars. Yep.
Oh, cool. That's I'm telling you, I love racing.
I'm like I was watching a YouTube video before I came up on here. This guy, Vice Grip Garage.
Who is
He,
it?
he'll go on Vice Grip Garage.
Never
He
heard of
does
it, but
like
I'll check it out.
he does some racing, and he's like fixing up vehicles to go on a power tour. I think it's like
Hmm.
1,000 plus miles. You get like all the race cars have to be street legal,
Mm-hmm.
so pretty much you have to have blinkers and street tires.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
it's
just
getting
had
really
a.
popular. Street drag racing is getting extremely popular.
Oh yeah. Well, now I like to watch Street Outlaws because I love Jeff
Yeah,
Lutz. Um,
yeah.
but I don't think it should be done on the street. I don't care, where you're at. It just that's a show, and to me, it just shouldn't be done on the street. There's no safety. But now, what I don't understand is how they get safety to those guys so fast when they wreck. Because when they wreck, by golly, they do a good job of it. They wreck it up fine. But
Well, on the
you know,
show, I'm sure
Hmm.
they got safety crews, but in real life,
I put that
it's a
put on
good
my
question.
TikTok.
do what?
See a wreck, like videotape it on your phone. Like, oh, put this on my TikTok.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen. Well, I know Jeff has wrecked several times and hurt pretty bad. Thanks for all the safety equipment he said he had. That he's doing good, still racing. I'll tell you what.
The
The first
street
time I
racing,
ever seen. Go ahead, Jack.
the street racing thing is like nobody really cares as long as you try to win the money or whatever.
Yeah,
Racing for pinks or something like that. But if you do it legally on the drag strip, you have to have your safety gear.
yeah. I remember the first time that I got to see. Do you remember the Evil Twins? The They were the '57 Chevys.
Mm-mm.
Uh-uh.
No. Um, my husband built Tri Five Chevys, and we would go to the Tri Five Nationals every year at Beach Bend at Bowling Green, Kentucky. And the first year that they had the Lutz racing guys, it was Jeff and his son was racing the Evil Twins, and they had the two black '57 Chevys. I was amazed at how fast them son of a guns were. I mean, you would think they were like brothers, or Jeff Pendergrass and Cruz going
Yeah.
down. God, they flew. So it was pretty cool to watch.
Have you watched Tony Stewart do his little venture here lately?
Yeah, the way watching him, you know, I think they get into a rut, and they've done as good as they can do in what they've been doing, and they want to try something. To me, they want to try something else. And I guess where he's married Leah Pritchett, that
Yeah.
he's going to be there anyway. Why not try it? And
Well,
he's
the thing
go ahead.
I was just saying, the thing about Tony though, that and Leah's even said it, when it comes to that type of racing or any type of professional racing, for someone to never have done it and to just pick it up and then go win a drag race, a
Yeah,
professional drag race,
yeah,
I mean, people don't realize how hard that is to do, even if you have good equipment. I mean, for him to be able to learn all of that, like she's been drag racing since she was a teenager or younger, and he's going to
yeah.
get in there and in 1 year get in there and win an NHRA race. I mean, that's people don't realize how big of a feat that is. That's a big feat for someone to do.
Hello, Moon over Miami. Um, if you go on Facebook and you go onto Tony Stewart's Facebook page, he had a thing where he went through um, a weekend of racing, and just to watch him and his mindset, and he would go watch Leah, but he wouldn't stay in her area. You know what I mean? And he would stay with his guys. He would help rebuild the motor and put it back. But I mean, if you really watch that, you notice that that man's got. I mean, he was born with the talent. To me,
Yeah,
he was
absolutely.
just born with it. And
Yeah.
like you said, to be able to go into it, over what, a year or two, maybe.
Took him one
I
year.
don't know how long they, yeah, able to do that well. You got good people behind you, you got good equipment behind you, and you've got it. To me. So I mean, I'm not no pro on anything, but you can observe and see it.
Yeah, it's a mindset for sure. But yeah, you go back and watch him in the dirt days, and man, that ain't no joke. The USAC days, it's pretty crazy. He's good.
Well,
You either have it or you don't.
was it this weekend or last weekend that they had a million half purse at Eldora?
No, that's coming. No, it's the one's coming up. That's the one. Yeah, hang on. It's the one that's just
Yeah,
coming. It's they're doing $1 million purse. One. It's the first race that pays first place 1 million. It's the first
yeah.
time ever. I'm looking it
But
up
I think for
because
the
I'm
for
glad you
the
said that.
for
But
the days, I think for the days that it's going on, I think it's a purse of 1.5 million for all of it.
I got you.
I know it's a million for the
Yeah,
winner,
I
but
just remember. I remember
yeah,
Tony on the podcast. He was saying that he wanted to have a race at Eldora that paid, and I'm sure it is 1.5 million for all the races. But I'm just saying
yeah,
he wanted one race for the sprint cars where the first
yeah,
place person could win $1 million.
yeah. Well, I'd love to go to
Let's see
Eldora
here.
one time.
Yeah, it's over with. Never mind.
Has it already run?
According to this,
I wonder who won it.
July million. I'm trying to see if this is the story. It says right here. Well, they did it with World of Outlaws Super Late Models, and it was Jonathan Davenport that won.
That's
That's crazy.
huh. I don't know if you've ever heard of these people, but around here, Charlie Schwartz was big, and Jackie Boggs, and these were late models. We did have the NASCAR drivers up here at Southern Ohio Raceway Laws, and we've also had them in late models. But you know what I don't ever get is these tracks get these people to come, and they'll get people to let these NASCAR drivers drive their cars. Okay, and if you're
Yeah,
going to, them NASCAR drivers are going to race all out because that's all they know is all out. And then they get pissed off at
correct.
the NASCAR driver because they wrecked their cars.
Mm-hmm.
You know the risk.
Yep.
So if you don't want to lose your car, don't loan it to a NASCAR driver.
I've seen videos on
Well, that was
YouTube of I forgot exactly where it's at, but I know it's south of Michigan, but you can race police cars on a drag strip.
Cool.
That
Talk
race
about a
police
grudge
cars.
match.
Hmm. I
Yeah.
want to do that.
Yeah.
You
Get
two
the
Yeah,
cop
this
police,
that
kid
give
right
you the
here.
tip.
we'll race when I get back home.
It was $1.4 million, and it's sprint cars on July 12th and 13th.
Ooh,
At Eldora?
Yep, Eldora. The one I was reading before was last
Wow.
year. They did the super late models, but this year it's July 12th and 13th with a total purse of 1.4 million and a little more than $1 million paid to the winner.
Cool.
Yep.
Now, P digits, that's something that I'd like to see is the school bus races in a figure eight.
Oh
mm.
God, I would be cringing. No.
Oh, I do whenever I just watch it on TV.
It's like
I'm like,
top
oh,
heavy.
God, that's a near miss. I see, I just,
Dang, Gary's adding like all these channels. The hell's he doing? He connected 3 more of my channels with your channel.
cool.
I'm
Oh,
trying to get the
I
match
would
up.
love to race. I would love to race anything. But then I'd probably get up there and be chicken shit, just to be honest with you. And as much as my
It's tough.
husband and I have been into cars, I never learned how to do a burnout. I should have learned how to do a burnout.
Yeah.
I did a burnout with a
But not,
van years ago here in the Philippines. Stick shift. That was
oh
kind of
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
It was
Hey,
a diesel.
oh my. Now, I did. Now this is sheer stupidity. But I did race. I had a '66 Corvette Roadster that my husband built me, and we were in Ohio. And this guy pulled up next to me, and he's like, and revving up the motor, just going. So we hit it off. Did I win? Yes, I did. And then I raced my husband. I had a Cadillac DeVille, and he was in his '55 Chevy, and we were at the light, and he went, huh? And I said, okay. So all you got to do
That
is go like
Cadillac
this to me.
DeVille is heavy.
Yeah, but it had that, oh gosh, what was that motor in it? Oh God, North Star motor in it. That son of a gun would kick and hit it.
Mm.
Cadillac? That things are awesome.
Yes, buddy. Yeah,
But replacing a
yeah.
starter on that is pretty stupid
I
because
ain't
they put
replacing
the starter
It's pretty
un-
stupid.
underneath the intake manifold.
inexpensive. I had to
Sorry.
replace the window actuators on my car, both doors, and that was, thank God, because it was so expensive. I think the actuators were like $900 just for the
I
actuator.
promise you I'm not dancing in front of the camera. I have no room in here. I
Yeah,
apologize.
yeah, okay.
He's trying to be all sexy over there, trying to dance in front of.
I know, I'm telling you, I ain't dancing in front of this camera now. Trying to get all this
Oh
stuff off my
gosh.
bed.
Hey, Shadow Scout
Please don't start
Swede, how are
twerking.
you?
The
I'm
hell?
gonna drop my link in case there's anybody in here new that would like to come and check mine out. I am new also to all
Oh, you're
this.
new like me?
I'm pretty new. I've only, I think I've got like 30 some videos, and all but four of them are cars. So,
Well, we can learn together, can't we?
exactly. And I learn a lot off of Gary, and I learn a lot off of Devil Dog, and I learn a lot off a lot of people. Um, but I think probably mine, if I, okay, my problem with videoing is every time I go to video, where I think I can see the sun as comes out, and then I can't see my camera as to what I'm videoing. So then I just get ticked off and quit. But I think probably if I can ever figure out that is feasible to do lives, that's probably what mine would probably mostly be.
Hey,
Ricky Bobby
D,
is a legend. Yes.
do you know what? I see your video here, the 72 Oldsmobile Cutlass, the
Yeah.
442.
Yeah.
Do you know what 442 means?
Oh, shoot. I've never been asked that. No. It's speed, horsepower.
Um,
That's all I ever
four
knew.
barrel carburetor, 4 barrel carburetor, 4 speed, and dual exhaust.
Well, thank you. My husband's never told me that. I just know that it was always, that package was always a performance package.
Mm-hmm. It'd be nice if they
Okay.
came back out with that, but I think GM killed Oldsmobile.
Probably.
Same with, I think they killed Pontiac also. I think.
Well,
Is
if
it
you
just
look at
D, or is
the,
it because the one I found says and redneck? Is that right?
that is it. Homestead.
Okay,
Well,
making sure
it
it's the right
was
one. Because
just
on your
D. Yeah, it was just D, and then my husband
right,
decided he wanted to come in with me. So, like I said, he was an arborist
okay,
for 40 some years, so they called him Tree Man.
I found you. I gave you a follow.
Cool. Thank you.
I
Thank you.
just
Thank
saw.
you.
Yeah, waiting for.
Let's see here.
Oh, but I did it on my other channel. It's just a Trucker J channel. I got the two of them.
Well, you can follow me on both of them.
Oh yeah, I can follow both of them. See, that's how
Yeah.
I
tired
have,
I am.
I have, I have one guy on my
Cool.
Facebook, not Facebook, but his channel. He's just like driving on the road in his semi, and there's like sometimes like 200-300 people watching him just drive. Like,
If you watch Missouri Outlaw, Randy will go live on his tracks. I mean, he'll talk, and you can, come up and talk like you're talking here, or, um, he's a good one to talk to. But I like that because you get to see different parts of the country that you don't normally get to see.
mm-hmm.
So that's why I like to go
I've
on
gained a
there.
couple. Well, I got so
Hey,
many
Xan,
subscribers. Y'all be jealous.
how many you got?
37.
Hey, that ain't bad. How long you been doing it?
Uh,
It took me a
3 weeks.
long time. Oh, you're doing good then. That's an average a little over 10 a week.
See here.
I'm trying just to make it over the 500 mark. I
You're
don't know
almost
how.
there.
Let's see.
I got
487,
448.
which we're at, or 457. Is that what it was?
Let's see here.
1,499.
You're at
Yeah, I got
499.
488.
My subs.
You about to have another one. You just got
Yeah.
another one.
Oh,
Yeah,
1,500 now.
I done sub to you, so.
Let me
Yeah,
refresh
12
this
more and I
thing.
hit 500. But it happens when it happens. When trying to get subs, I was all about trying to get subs, and now I'm just enjoying what I'm doing on here, and what happens happens. I
I think it's funny
It's
that
gonna be a
occasionally
long,
people say 29. Sorry. I keep seeing these 29s. It's hilarious.
and you know what that is, right?
Yeah, I know what that is, but I'm just saying, like, between me and Gary, the last 20 years that didn't have YouTube, it was Kevin Harvick stuff, and it's just funny how he's
Oh,
adopted that into, you drop that, so you can drop your link or whatever. I
yeah,
think that's hilarious.
yeah.
It's just a 29. It means so much more, but yeah, that's hilarious.
We
I think it was
really
like
need to push
two
P
point
digits, sub a P digits.
three, 2.33 something watch hours. A little over halfway there. I'll eventually get there.
I was kind of
I just
surprised with that one
do this
live stream
out
I
of
did earlier
boredom.
today. I got 4 hours or something. I didn't know that was a thing.
Mm.
But
Even
you
if you
got
get a
4 hours
troll
for
on your,
every person with hours.
even if you get a troll on your channel, entertain them. You know,
Yeah,
you get a
absolutely.
free watch hour out of them.
Let's
Yeah,
see here. I can't seem to get right now on studio, so I don't have that many watch hours. I think I have 10, 12,
well, I'll be
something like
honest with you.
that.
This was
Oh,
kind of a test to see if my cell phone signal was good enough to do this, and I guess I've answered my own question. So,
it's working
Yeah.
yeah,
pretty good.
yeah, it's not horrible. I don't think I can do it every night,
Well, I'll
but
tell
I
you
get on
what,
here more.
when you're sitting there in your truck and you ain't got nothing to do, just get on there and talk. You know, you get people come in, you get your watch hour started, and, you know, the good thing is you got Gary as a good friend that can help you through it. I mean, I'm blind. I have. So, I mean, I guess if I need to, I call on Gary. But I mean, you're
What
good
made you
friends
get
with
on
him.
YouTube? What made you want to do it?
Well, because I've been on here since 2011. I've had an account since 2011. And it was basically just to keep videos of the cars. And well, I
Okay.
wouldn't lose the video. But I started Canon last last year. Well, no, it's probably 2 years ago. I started wanting to can, and I started watching Canon videos, and I thought, well, I can do that. I can cook, and Terry can cook, and we've I guess I've done a lot in my 62 years. So there's a lot, that I could do video wise. It's just every time you think, well, heck, I should have done a video of that. And I don't always have a camera out and, all that. But I got started getting on homesteading channels, and I think Jesse and Lisa's may have been went to and got on. So, getting to talk to people, and when you get on, you start making friends. And it's
Yeah,
just,
absolutely.
making friend after friend after friend and talking.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, I remember
and
when
not
Gary
not
first
being
started, he used
afraid
to
to
go
do
everywhere
so.
with a camera attached to his chest and attached to his head, and he'd go everywhere with a
Yeah,
camera. I'm
yeah.
trying to think
I
about Gary though. He's always had he doesn't care like about what anybody thinks. He just does what Gary needs to do. He just walks right up in the middle. They're like, "What is that?" He's like, "Oh, it's just a camera. It's just my channel. I'm just live. No big deal. Whatever." And they're
yeah
like, he just busts up
yeah.
in there.
I actually the beginning of the camera, and I brought all the crap that you put where and all that stuff. I can't figure even how to get it registered. So until I can find somebody that can help me, I'm just
To
got
get
my
what
phone and my
registered?
iPad. My phone. I mean my camera. It's a JDL or something. Whenever I started having trouble with it, that's when I just set it down and I haven't gone back to it. And I need to. It's either that or go buy a GoPro. But I paid too much for the freaking camera. I gotta learn how to use it.
That's the only thing about a GoPro that's
So
really good is it's so simple. There's just a couple of buttons on it, and it doesn't do anything but just take amazing video. There's no other,
yeah,
amazing. Nothing else for it to do. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
yeah. And that's probably what I'll end up doing. But may try to sell the other one. But Yeah, I guess you can tell I'm not afraid to talk to anybody. I can get to know people quick. Um, you're not going to get anywhere in life unless you go out and meet people and make new friends and find out new stuff to do or places to go and things to see or food to eat and ways to fix it. And YouTube's full of that. So
Yeah, you too.
this
I
it's a
mean, trucking
smorgasbord.
industry will make you meet people for sure.
Yeah, yeah. But like I
Yep.
said, when you're in downtime, you know, pop you up alive. And, you know, there's always going to be somebody to talk to. And, you know, you'll grow your channel. Mine,
You worked out
I'm
today,
not,
right?
like I said, exactly. Exactly. Look at all the people that's in here. And, you know, I'm sure you're probably not kicking out to try to get 4,000 hours within a certain amount of time. I personally am
Nope, I'm
certainly
on here
not.
because I'm bored.
Yeah.
I wanted to
And
try
me,
this out.
yeah. And it's addicting. I'll have to say it's addicting. But I sit at a desk all day. And with some of my friends in the evening when, my husband's finally
Yeah,
getting to
like
where he
she
can
said,
sleep.
pop that live up.
Yeah. Hello,
Yeah.
Um,
Roadhog.
What's up, man?
Hello.
I have a
How's
friend
Now, this
that
everybody
is a
doing tonight?
he does pictures and just like e-bags. So I seen somebody say GoPro 10, and he's like, "Look what I just bought." Yeah, because people are sending him money just for him to buy.
Yeah. Where'd he go?
I don't know.
Oh, he
He
was
just
talking and
dropped.
just he'll be back in a second.
So,
I don't know.
Roadhog, this is the first time I've met or seen you.
Yeah, first time I've been up on this platform.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
nice
figured
to.
What
I've
are you a
been.
roadhog of?
Actually, I'm a scrapper.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Nice.
See, told you Jack would be back.
Now, well,
Yeah, and
guys,
about all
My
the
friend, he just like
fancy equipment, don't worry about that. I'm working on a cell phone, so it's not
Oh
like
yeah.
you have to have the top quality equipment to make videos.
well, I'm figuring that out. Yeah.
just a cell phone. You good?
So good. Yeah, like this computer I got, I made sure it had a good every video card in it. I mean, the camera on this laptop was like the worst thing about it. So whatever,
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
I got
Well, you can
my
always get
thousand
a.
dollar broken phone. Works good. Takes good videos.
Yeah,
You
That's all
you know
that
you
matters.
you can always get a. What do they call the little thing you get
webcam.
on? Uh, yes, a webcam for cheap,
Yeah,
and plug
I
it
got one
into
at the
your
house.
computer. Well, all you gotta do is stick it on the top of your computer, your laptop, and you're good to go. I do have one of
Mine
those.
is sitting on mine is sitting on top of a glass.
Oh yeah, your webcam.
Jack,
Hey,
you
if
need to
it
be a
works,
Yes,
minimalist. That's what you
ma'am.
need to do. Go be a minimalist.
Yep, yep. I just
That would
need
be.
to get a desk set so that I'm not sitting in my recliner because usually that's where I'm at, and it's dark. So I need to get where I just need a better setup, place to sit. I'm using my cell phone when I make videos, and that works just fine. Yep.
I need to delete a whole bunch of stuff off my cell phone. It's just pretty clogged up. I don't have an SD card in it. Maybe I should buy one. But people are saying take some videos. I'm like, okay. So I ended up, this is last year sometime. I got this little setup. This is a receiver for your clip-on microphone. It comes with
Cool.
two microphones, and that only cost me 30 $30.
Hmm. P Digits, did you drop your link? If you didn't, or if you would, drop your link right now. And if anybody hasn't, give him a sub.
It does. She came from mine.
Hey, Des. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna have to jump down because I've got to get up at 5 o'clock. So, Jeremiah, it's very nice to talk to you this evening. Jack, it's very nice to meet you and talk to you. Roadhog, hope to see you again and meet you. Good to
Yes,
meet you.
I hope to see you again too, D. I'll
All
catch you
righty.
later.
All righty.
Good to
Y'all
meet
have
you.
a great night.
You have a wonderful
Okay,
night.
y'all. All righty. Enjoyed it, Jeremiah.
Yes, ma'am. So, but
Somebody beating on something outside.
so what?
Somebody's beating on something outside. I think nailing something together. Because you got to make
But to be
everything in the
honest with you,
Philippines survivor
oh yeah.
It's too
Well,
late
to be
at
honest
night
with you,
here to be beating on
I'm
stuff.
actually. I thought, yeah. What the heck? Well, everybody's typing them
It's
29s.
10:58 a.m. here.
That's what it is here.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure
10:58
he'll keep it
a.m.
running for a little bit, but it is 10 o'clock, so I'm gonna get off of here with my daggum self. I gotta get up at 4 o'clock. So
All right, well, have a
anyway,
great
I'm
night
sure.
then.
I'm gonna
So
hop
sorry
off
about
and
that,
play
but
some music.
well, good to talk to y'all. Good to see you, Jack. See y'all probably tomorrow, the next day, something like that. Have a good one.
YouTube police,
You too.
thanks for having me here. Just the two of us. Oh, we can get copyrighted. All right,
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna hop off
figured.
here and we'll chat later. Talk to you.
Alrighty, well, I'm the only one, I guess, so I'm going to get out of here too. Have a good night, everybody.